I tried to tell him right after that. And I kind of felt like he was trying to tell me to, but we just didn't do it.
You should have just called it off right then and there.
I went to Mac after that, and Felicia was there, and I told them that I wasn't doing it. And they said that if I didn't do it, then they were going to get somebody else to do it. So what else was I supposed to do? I had to buy time and figure out what to do. If I went in there with the tape and he didn't tell me anything, then I could convince all of you that you were wrong about him. And if he did tell me something, then maybe I could convince him to just walk away from everything and go away with me. And we could speak about the whole thing. So I wore the wire, and I went in, and I asked him straight out what was going on. And he didn't even get angry with me. He started telling me how much I meant to him and how much he loves me. And it was different than he'd ever said it before. So emotional. And I was just about to tell him. He started to kiss me. The next thing I knew, he had the recorder in his hand. And it was too late.
He threw her out. She came here and I found her. Did he hurt you?
Yes, Ned. He did hurt me. Not physically, but that would have been better to me. At least I could deal with that.
Not if you were dead.
Oh. Did you tell him that you changed your mind?
I tried to tell him, and he told me that it was over, and he told me to get out.
I'm sorry that we weren't here. I didn't want her to be alone. Of course not. No, well, no matter how rotten you feel right now, you're better off. Just know that. Now all I have to do is just figure out a way to get Sonny out of L&B.
How can you tell her she's better off, Ned? She still loves the guy.
Oh, God.
Laundry overcharged.
Well, we'll get a credit. Bookkeeping before noon.
Nothing like details to get your mind off the big picture.
It's a hell of a big picture, man.
Yeah.
Is there any chance Brenda's going to walk in here and say it was all a mistake?
Oh, big mistake.
Who turned her?
Who else? Ashton and Scorpio.
You think Lois had anything to do with it?
Yep. And that hurts just as bad as Brenda's Judas kiss.
I don't see either one of those women willing to turn you over to the cops.
I saw the wire was a professional little number. You can bet Scorpio provided it and Ashton paid for it, but they needed Lois to convince Brenda to go after me.
What are they hoping to gain?
Get me out of town, send me up the river for 25. Hell of a way to end the partnership, wouldn't you say?
Is that what this is about?
I don't know. You know, Brenda has this thing about secrets. If you don't tell her what you ate for breakfast, she pouts. But she didn't need to know every detail of my life. I was protecting her. I didn't want to put her at risk.
See, they don't like that. It's full disclosure or nothing. And sometimes when there's full disclosure, you still get nothing.
Well, if Laura couldn't handle it, you can bet Brenda couldn't.
Who brought the cops in?
Probably Scorpio. You know, even if I thought Brenda was after the information, I would have never figured she'd sell me out. She had the guts to tell me that she never intended to give the tape to Garcia. And a little part of me wants to believe that. Goes to show you how blind love can be, huh?
Right. Hang tough. I'll be back in a little while.
You look me in the eye, Corinthos.
Are you sure you can handle it?
You're not the injured party here.
What do you want? Are you wearing a wire?
No. I want you to live up to your word.
What word is that?
That you get out of L&B. No strings attached.
I said I would get out if there was any trouble.
We got trouble. Big time.
Not me. You and Brenda, yes. And I include Ashton and Scorpio and probably Miguel.
Oh, yeah, okay, so I see. So then we're all to blame here. Is that it?
Trust is a delicate commodity.
You better believe it is.
What do you think you have on me?
You mean, what do I know?
Yeah.
Bet you're working Port Charles with your right-hand man, Harry Silver. What, illegal gambling, a little shakedown, the usual?
Huh? Yeah, okay, can you prove that?
I also know that you're maneuvering to expand your territory if Rivera dies of a gunshot wound. Not pneumonia as advertised.
Oh, you have a wild imagination.
Don't play games with me,
Who's
Sonny.
playing games?
You forced us into this. You lied. You kept on lying. You stood right over there, and you spit as an oath, and you called me friend. Don't you remember that?
Yes, and I told you nothing would come down on L&B or you and Brenda. Has it?
You really don't get it, do you?
As I see it, I kept bait. You haven't. Getting Brenda to wear a wire. That's sick.
No. You know what's sick? You playing Mr. Chamber of Commerce and using us as a cover.
Who's using whom? Whose money made it happen for L&B?
I shudder to even think about where that money came from. Ned warned us all along, but Brenda and I, we didn't listen to it at all. No, you had us completely snowed. If you would have told us the truth, it wouldn't have gone down like this. You don't get it all.
No. I get it. I get it. I get it all. I get it all.
No, you don't, Sonny. You don't. What does being a friend mean to you? Sonny, what does love mean to you? I can tell you what it means to Brenda. Because even after she heard the proof, even after she knew what you were, even after she realized why she almost got killed in her own shower, she still wouldn't turn you in. You want to know how we convinced her to wear the wire? We gave her complete control over whether or not she was going to turn it over. And Mac and Ned didn't think that she would. Now, I knew that she wouldn't. But I needed to know. For L&B's sake. And for your sake. Because ultimately, I had this misguided notion that the truth was going to set you free.
Well, it has. No more illusions. Now I know we go on from here.
You're going nowhere fast.
I'm not the one with Lois. Don't expect me to pay for your mistakes. Why should I forfeit my position with L&B just because your husband is paranoid?
It's not paranoid when you got proof. Look, there are a lot of people involved in this. I feel responsible. I brought you into the company. Now I find it was under false pretenses. And in my book, that kills the deal.
And in my book, you have a contractual obligation to give me a return on my investment.
Come on, we go back way too far for you to play this kind of hardball.
You should have thought of that before you talked Brenda into wearing a wire.
And maybe you should have leveled with us way back when. You have a hell of a nerve playing the friendship card with me now.
You started this.
Fine. Then I'll finish it. L&B is yours and I'll walk.
You're forgetting Brenda.
Brenda is with me on this one.
Oh, I see. Well, if it's going to take a court order to straighten us out, so be it.
You may want to think twice about that one, pal.